Heisman Mendoza. Yes, sir, man. The nickname is official. Fernando Mendoza has taken home the Heisman. Some is going to feel like people got robbed. Some is going to feel like, hey, he deserves it. The one that's going to feel robbed, obviously, is probably going to be Diego Pavia in his camp, feeling like he should have won the award. He obviously finished second in the voting. Pavia had 189, as you guys can see here. First place votes, 352 second place votes. Next was Jeremiah Love with 46. And obviously you had Julian Sand and Jacob Rodriguez right below. So that is how the voting ended up finishing out. But obviously, man, great moment for Fernando Mendoza and obviously his family. He became the first Cuban-American to win the Heisman. He made a lot of history, obviously, winning this award. First Cuban-American to win a Heisman. He is also the first Indiana player ever to win a Heisman Trophy. That says a lot dating back to their illustrious history. Obviously, in sports, he's the first ever one to win that award. So it just goes to show the change in the guard of the NCAA college football, obviously Indiana and the Hoosiers and what they're doing. But he's the perfect testament of hard work, determination, and being able just to bet on yourself. And this is what I mean, bet on yourself. Remember, y'all, he was at California, right? Played his first 2 seasons there. Didn't perform that bad. Had a lot of interceptions, but continued to get better. That's what we've seen, the progression of a Fernando Mendoza. 1,708 yards, 14 touchdowns, 10 picks the first season. Then he followed that up with his sophomore campaign, 3,004 yards, 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And then this year, he really raised his level of play, 71.5% completion percentage, just under 3,000 yards passing, 33 touchdowns, and 9.4 yards per attempt. So he really took his game to another level, and we see it all the time. Like, sometimes you have to bet on yourself, and you have to align yourself into the right situation. Easier said than done, because there's so much going on in college football. Sometimes you go after the money, but sometimes you have to go to a program that's rising as well, and that they can make the most out of your situation or make the most out of you. We've seen it with Joe Burrow from Ohio State going to LSU. We've seen it, obviously, this past year with Carson Beck coming from Georgia to go to Miami. Cam Ward, obviously, coming over from, I think it was Washington State, him going to Miami. This past year again, Darian Minter from Tulane going over to Duke. And we see he's probably one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. And he should be in that conversation all year next year. So sometimes you have to be willing to bet on yourself and being willing to take that risk. And Mendoza took the risk, and now he will forever be enshrined in terms of legacy when it comes to college football. Winning a Heisman, y'all, is a very big deal and well deserved. And his moment came in that Big Ten championship game, right? When he was able to obviously win against, Ohio State. Now, again, he didn't have like 400, 500 yards passing, but he had 222 yards, tub, and a pick. But all year long, he's been really good. And he's helped his team, elevate, right? Roman Hemby, obviously, what he's been able to do. You got Elijah Surratt, who's been playing really good. Several of those weapons he's helped elevate to a high level and a high standard. So he deserves a lot of credit. Kirk Cinetti deserves a lot of credit. Their offensive coordinator deserves a lot of credit. And the Indiana Hoosiers are a real deal. So well-deserved Heisman. Here's a little bit more intel. This was his mom. They had you rated as a 2-star prospect, which I never believed. So no Power 5 offers were coming, but yet you refused to give up. And that's why I say he's the testament of hard work. And stars matter, and they don't at the same time, right? Like, it matters, but at the end of the day, y'all, sometimes the kids let it get to their head. Oh, I'm a 4-star. Oh, I'm a 5-star. Yeah, I got 40-plus offers. That's all good and everything, but when you get to the college stage, it don't matter. And a lot of times, even with this NIL era and more people getting money and big extensions and stuff like that, these coaches, these programs, they're not going to keep dealing out money to you if you ain't performing. And the fans ain't going to do it either, because think about it. The fans is paying the most price because they're having to pay more money for tickets to get into the games. Remember, the fans are helping in some ways pay for these players to get paid. So you go out there and you don't perform and you get $2 to $5 million as a quarterback. Yeah, fans ain't going to support that, and you're going to lose your job pretty quickly. So I just say that to say, like, it ain't all about the stars. It's important, but it ain't at the same time. Do your work, do what you do, and you see why some of these players like the Cooper Kupps, right, the Puka Nakuas, hunger. Like, when you're underrated, you're not talked about, and you're slept on, it creates a hunger about you. So when you get to this level, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to have a tailor-made. No, you're going to have that dog in you in order, obviously, to be able to make a name for yourself. That's exactly what Mendoza just did and took a big risk this offseason, and it's paid off. Well-deserved Heisman. For those that say Diego Pavia should have won, I feel y'all. I know he affected the game. 10-2 this year for Vanderbilt. Probably like the most wins in his two-era span, I think, in their history. I get it. But Mendoza, like, we haven't ever thought of Indiana, especially in the last couple of decades, as a formidable team in college football. They look very damn formidable with Fernando Mendoza. And he'll have a decision to make if he wants to return back for his senior season. Nonetheless, this is his night. He deserves it. Heisman Mendoza, he's been balling. And he is now your Heisman Trophy winner. I love it. Great pick by the writers, and he deserves the Heisman.